Anyone know what type of birds those are? They kind of look like pigeons, but I'm not sure. Also, there's a tower in the background. No idea what it does, but it's never seen again as far as I can tell.
Wake up, Zane. I know where you come from.
Oh my goodness, that was the freakiest thing I have ever seen. True story, when I was reviewing the episode to make this video, I forgot that this was there and genuinely jumped. Oh, it's a dream. Okay, thank gosh. Oh, Falcon's back. Be careful he doesn't speak again. That's all the stuff from the yard sale the ninja put out last episode. Looks like nobody bought it. And Garmadon's here? What is happening? Now the green ninja? Is this another dream? Yeah, it is. Sorry for the spoiler. In the fight sequence, this dream ninja, another pun, uses elements of each of the 4 ninja. He has Cole's increased strength, Jay's nunchucks, Kai's fire, and Zane's falcon. Good way to not be able to tell who it is.
I saw the falcon again.
Whoa, Zane, every time you see that bird, something big happens. First, it led you to the secret treehouse.
Then it led you to the bounty.
Thank you for the recap of exactly why the falcon is important for anyone who may be new and hadn't seen the previous episodes.
That looks like the shocked monkey.
Kai, Jay, and Cole are doing the poses of the 3 wise monkeys. Cole represents hear no evil, Jay represents speak no evil, and Kai represents see no evil. Hence why Master Wu called them shocked monkeys. This is why I started visiting the wiki for each episode. Props to whoever originally discovered all of these trivia things.
For how long?
Until you can answer this simple riddle. What is the best way to defeat an enemy?
Somehow it seems as though Master Wu knows exactly how this episode is going to end. Wouldn't be surprised if the writers gave him the script before it started. Now here's another spot where we get to see the ninja's lack of experience. They shout out all of these obvious answers, fists, swords, Spinjitzu, when in reality that's not what Master Wu wants them to see. Hey, it's one of the birds from the beginning. Do you think the animators only had one bird model? The Fang Pyre are going to war with the Hypnobrai. Or at least they were going to.
Scales, my old chum.
The Fang Pyre general's name is Fangtum. Once again, I had to look it up. You'd think Scales would say his name. They haven't seen each other in a while. The proper greeting would be the polite thing to do. This season is really bad at making the names of minor characters known. Also, Lloyd gets kicked out again.
With his fist on fire.
None of the ninja have their true elemental powers yet, though. The fist on fire could allude to Kai, sure, but Kai can't do that yet. He doesn't have fire powers, just the fire sword. You mean to tell me that no one found this giant tomb and decided to look inside? It's not exactly hidden.
The most feared and powerful Serpentine of them all. If they're afraid of the Anacondrae, then the Anacondrae is what they're gonna get!
Lloyd truly has the naiveness of a child. If the Serpentine leaders are afraid of something, please do not go actively search it out. That is the logical thing to do.
My sincerest apologies, young man. Due to my unfortunate appearance, I tend to have an unsettling effect on people. I believe you dropped this.
On paper, Pythor doesn't sound evil. He actually sounds caring and nice. In reality, he oozes deception. The actor nailed that voice.
What happened to the others?
Poor unfortunate souls. All those years locked away with nothing to eat must have slowly starved away until they were just scales and bones.
I always got the impression that Pythor ate the other Anacondrae. Did anyone else ever think that too? Additionally, the bones don't seem to fit the shape of a serpentine. The chest looks too big.
How deliciously evil.
Yep, he definitely ate the other Anacondrae.
And since you freed me, I'm eternally in your service.
Really? You're not gonna trick me?
Most people would be smart and not trust a snake. It's literally the title of this episode. Pythor notices the map here, and I don't know why he doesn't just eat Lloyd the instant he's free. What does Lloyd have that he needs? The map is super easy to take off his dead body, and I don't think there's anything that Lloyd knows that's important to him. Maybe info on the ninja? Speaking of which, they're still trying to figure out that riddle. Is it canon that Lego characters can spin their hands like this? If so, that would be pretty cool. Otherwise, his wrist is severely messed up. Also, as I go through these episodes, I've kind of realized how short some scenes are. Like, the ninja show up for a total of 30 seconds in their boat talking / training scene. I wanted to talk about it because of Cole's wrist. In the normal flow of a TV episode, it's not a big deal. It reminds you of other concurrent plots, but for breakdowns like these, I wrote 2 sentences for it. And I know it's not the end of the world and I probably don't need to rant for so long, but I wrote this paragraph, so it's staying in. Alright, let's go back to Pythor and Lloyd. They caused general havoc all around Ninjago. Actually, I think this is specifically Jamanakai Village where Lloyd was originally introduced. That lady freezes as they roll by on the bike, and they literally steal candy from a baby. Truly despicable.
Maybe I got kicked out.
From the boarding school for bad boys?
Lloyd got kicked out of the boarding school for bad boys for not being bad enough. Actually, let's stop. Why does that school even exist? Ninjago is just letting children go to school to become criminal masterminds? It seems to me like I know how to lower the crime rate real quick. Anybody have Anakin's number?
And one more thing.
Yes?
I'll be your friend.
Hey Siri, remind me to add emotional manipulation of minors to Pythor's list of crimes. Yep, there he goes, trying to steal the map.
Is this what you all think?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sadly, you are all wrong.
Don't worry guys, you'll get it eventually. Well, specifically in the next 8 minutes, because that's how much longer this episode has. The ninja get an alarm and race to Darkly School for bad boys.
That place is a cesspool for the crooked and the misbehaved. Well, it doesn't mean they don't need our help.
Yes, Cole, yes. I feel like there was a non-zero chance that Jay would have just not gone to help. But Cole is willing to go help anyone who needs it, regardless of who they are. Fits into Cole's character very well.
What about using our golden weapons and turn into vehicles?
Thanks for the reminder, Kai. I'm sure somebody had forgotten about it. Is Cole fixing his car? Can't he just turn it back into the scythe and then have it rebuild itself? It doesn't get respawned in the same condition it was returned, does it? And it's not that he can't return the scythe back to weapon form because of lack of concentration or something, because he has it with him in the school.
If I know these ninjas, they're cleverly sneaking their way right past us at this very moment.
Well, I wouldn't call this clever, but they are getting past you. And every other floor of the school. Oh my gosh, he really did call Anakin.
If we cut you down, we better not catch you hanging around Ninjago again.
But they're in Ninjago right now. Did he just force them into the ocean? Ninjago is the only continent. Is Spinjitzu faster than running? Kai and Zane spin up the stairs, Cole climbs a chain from a rather interesting viewing point, and Jay takes the elevator. Jay presses the bottom button here, but he's supposed to be going up. The writing on the wall here says, "School sucks." YED was here, Yed, I think. And it's cut off, but I think that says Roy loves Joanna? Kai and Zane fall for one of life's classic pranks, a bucket over the door. Though this one's got some goo that keeps them from moving. Cole gets stopped by something. What is this? Dust? Just dust? Also, there's no buttons on the outside of the elevator. How on earth is this thing functional?
What are you doing? I thought you were my friend.
All you wanted was to make the Serpentine your slave.
No, he's got a point. And sheesh, he can turn invisible? I think Pythor just dips after this because no one got shoved off the roof. Kind of a missed opportunity here for Pythor.
Good night, nephew. Sweet dreams.
Good night, Uncle.
We still don't know what the best way to defeat your enemy is.
It is to make them your friend.
Unfortunately, that is an idealistic answer. Of course, if someone is your friend, they're not going to be your enemy, but very few enemies are going to become your friend. In this case, it does work though. Lloyd was never really evil. He was just following the path he thought he had to because of his father. Sensei Wu understood this and took Lloyd under his wing. Through these past 4 episodes, we've been given hints and proof of this. Lloyd was kicked out of the boarding school for bad boys for, quote, lacking the amoral ambition to be one of tomorrow's masterminds. He was stealing candy and building tree forts. None of that screams Dark Lord, which is why he can so quickly change to being good throughout the rest of the season. I think the lesson of this episode was that violence is not always the answer. I like this episode. No massive inconsistencies, a lot of important plot development, and we got Pythor, which means our villain is no longer a 10-year-old kid. Leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode.